Good morning and welcome to my live stream, Fight CPS with Bob Pace. I'm your host, and it's a warm welcome. I'm glad you found me on Facebook. I have two live streams I do daily, 7 days a week after week, month after month, and year after year. I've been doing it now this is my end of my 25th month. It's over 2 years that I've been talking about what I call the child protection system that is found in every county in every state and also found worldwide. This is an international live stream. We are talking to people from all over. And this morning, it's several days after Thanksgiving. Today, I'm doing my Thanksgiving with some of my family, not all of my family, but some of my family that still wants to get together with mom and dad. Thanksgiving this year was not it's the first one that I didn't really celebrate it. We had a Thanksgiving dinner thanks to the brotherhood of the football team in high school I follow. They gave us a Thanksgiving meal. We have another one today that I'll be celebrating with my two boys and his wife and my son's friend and my wife and I, and there maybe be two other people, 8 people I'm hoping to see. Here to help you with your situation with the child protection system. It's a government entity that was started in 1962 by an act of Congress. Okay, I was just texting some messages. It seems like good morning, Lisa. I am trying to recover from the last couple of days here. It's been kind of a rock and roll or an up and day, up and down. Doing this show continuously, twice a day with no breaks or anything, it's hard sometimes with the moods of people, the moods of others, people that come and go. We have our crazy people that come into our room and talk about silly things about how my bangs look, uh, or someone mimics somebody's name and tries to play games in here. And this is a serious matter the child protection system is. I'm here to help you. I'm a resource that you may not have. A lot of you are struggling financially to make means. It's not your fault. It's no one's fault that we have. We supposedly have the richest country in the world, the most powerful country in the world. But somehow we get focused on the wrong things. Now, I've been focusing on fighting CPS for the past 15 years. It started with me back in 2010 when I had a high paying job, our forever home, and my family of 6 and a beautiful wife. Today I have 43 years of marriage experience. That's who I am. I've helped raise 6 children, and they're doing okay. They may not doing okay in how maybe I'd like to see it, but they're alive. They all have jobs. They all are working, and they have places of their own. And to me, that's a success. You know, the oldest one is a JAG in the Air Force. His wife is also an attorney, and they have 2 children, 2 of my grandchildren. The next 2, that is a boy, by the way. The next 2 are 2 girls. One is working at a college university, and the other one is a teacher at a primary school. Then are my 3 younger children. And my son, by the way, those other 2 are my 2 girls. And then my son, who's just recently got married, is doing okay. He has a job. He works really long hours, but he has a place that he calls his own, and he's successful. Then there is my uh, youngest daughter, who has not talked to us, mom and dad, for almost 12 years. She divorced us at age 12 because of CPS. CPS showed her the way of how to retaliate against parents. The child protection system, and they're called, in my county, Orange County, the Child Protection Services. There are many different names in every county and every state. So it's too hard to sit here and tell you all the different names. Some of them are like next door to LA County, Los Angeles County, Department of Children and Family Services. But then you go to Prescott, Arizona, a small town with several Indian reservations, and a place where these social workers thought it really great by wearing pink T-shirts, and on the front they say professional child kidnappers. On the back they put, do you know where your children are at? These 8 social workers, along with the directors, were all fired when that got out to the public. But it's sad. That place, theirs is called Department of Children's Services, DCS. But then you go to Richmond, Kentucky, where a very nice lady, hardworking lady that's trying to take care of her young son in his 20s, special needs son. And they're still hassling her. She used to be my co-host on the show. And her name was Faye. And she's going through a lot of pain and suffering. She just lost her place. And now she's worried about being homeless. She's had to give up her animals. Her case was terrible. As a foster child, she was brought up with a mother that didn't really take good care of her. And she was in foster care all her life, your young life. But the sad part is that they still after her. They still after her. They're still after her. Uh, Good morning, Faith. Glad to see you back again. I think now I got to remember where Faith is from. Oh boy, she was new yesterday. She's from Vancouver, Washington, if I'm correct. Faith, you're from Vancouver, Washington. Bartley is from Montana. Yes, I pray for Faye. All of you, I care about you. You guys are my family. When you guys come in regularly, it really is good. It's good to see you guys. And I've already got some emojis. Christina Reynoso, who's here in the background, sent me a thumbs up, a like. I do like you, Christina. Thank you. She's from Nevada. She also sent me a heart, as well as John Matthew. Thank you, John and Christina, for the heart. I appreciate the emojis. Now, I do have to tell you that if you want to text a message on here, please read this banner and follow the directions on there. All I ask is a question or a comment about CPS, your name and your location. And if you're outside the United States, put other countries. I do have other countries that have called in here. Very recently, I've had some countries too, some new ones. And I welcome you with your CPS matter. I'm here to help anybody that has a child protection system matter, no matter what they call it. I'm just going to abbreviate and call it CPS. So if you have a CPS matter, I will help you. If it takes one or two or three shows, I will help you. One family was with me for the whole week, and we got their child back home and got CPS off their back and started a lawsuit, which they're going to win. It is hard. It is so hard fighting CPS because it's a government entity that's got out of control. 50% of the cases you deal with are bogus. They're in there for the money. It's $1 trillion business. The money freely flows from the federal government. Billions go to the states, and then from the states, millions go to the counties. That's how the money goes. It goes unchecked. Right now, there's an investigation in Richmond, Kentucky of embezzlement of funds. We have a social worker that has embezzled over $600,000 of $1 million that was given to the county in Richmond. They're still trying to find out where the other 400,000 was used. I have no idea. Well, I kind of think it has. As greed has got a lot of people. The makeup of the social workers is so bad. They're not well educated, they're not well trained, and they're only interested in the money part, the bonuses that they receive from their management group. It's hard. In 1997, President Bill Clinton signed a law, the incentive law for CPS, which basically says if a child's adopted in foster care, the federal government will send $35,000 to the county CPS. They'll send $35,000 per child. That means they don't want family reunification, which is wrong. You see, when Congress enacted in 1962, they told social service to create a group of social workers to protect our children from neglect and abuse, which is a good thing. It's long overdue. We are taking better care of our animals because that was started. The Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals was started a long time ago before the protection to our children. So these social workers created groups in each county. Every county has a social services, and they would start a group and come up with a name. But not only are supposed to protect our children, they're supposed to bring do family reunification. In the beginning, they'd take away a child if they're in danger. Now it's almost automatic they take away the child. It isn't if they're in danger, they just take it. Why? Because they need that money from the county. The county is paid $20,000 per child for every child that they have in custody. So it's incentive. It's all about money. It's gotten so bad that you don't think about parents. Now, studies have shown that the best parents are the biological parents. And if they have a hiccup, it can be corrected through parenting classes or through programs such as domestic violence and drug treatment. You know, a lot of the parents have trouble with drugs. They even have trouble with the legal drugs. They get so dependent on it, they forget about the well being of their children. See, if you're going to be a family, a mother and father, it's a full time job being a parent. You're going to have to sacrifice. I did. You have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice. You know, all during your pregnancy, the mother's not supposed to smoke or do alcohol because it hurts the child being developed. Now, I'm being a father. My wife was pregnant. I didn't drink. Of course, I don't smoke, so that wasn't an issue. But I didn't drink because I thought it was unfair to my wife because she couldn't drink. So I did the same thing. And when we had our children, we stopped really going out together. We would do everything with the family, and that may have been a mistake because we should have still gone out and had dates. But we wanted to be with our children. So we would do international trips to countries. We would travel around the United States on outings. Every 2 weeks of my vacation be spent with my family. And when it came time for the holidays, we would do it. We had season passes to Disneyland and we could go there 7 days a week. And the kids were brought up in that kind of lifestyle. When Christmas came, I bought them everything they wanted. With the advent of the popper of the handheld cell phones, were I got my son his cell phone, but not until he proved himself by graduate with honors, straight A's in his 8th grade year. My other two children, I didn't get phones, but during the process of the kidnapping of my children, CPS bought my daughter a phone at 12, which I think is too hard. I think, too hard. So, I'm going to have to put, besides being a guest, besides text a message, here's a banner of how to be a guest on my live stream. Faye has said a lot of things. I'm sorry, Faye, that I got away for that. Faye said, could I send you the documents the sheriff ignored and put address on and try to look extremely respectable? And the sheriff didn't record my presentation of a domestic violence protection order that included my son and showed him the voluntary placement agreement document that I actually got through healthcare requests, and the authority for the placement was by the police custody, and showed the sheriff's the document along with my record request response I got from the Vancouver Police Department. I really don't have time to review documents on the show. I need to give my time to everybody. Outside of the show, I don't have the necessary funds to review the documents. I used to do a lot of phone calls, and I could do so, but I don't take phone calls or look at my text messages or do other things outside of my hours on here. And I regret that because one time I was, but for right now I don't. Anyway, the best way for you to do is to call in. Now, Faye says, what happens if they have adopted your child out by choosing people that legally cannot take care of your child? Well, I don't know what USCIS is, but that is okay. You have no choice about your kids being adopted. The biggest problem you're having, and all of you have the same thing in common, you don't have an attorney fighting for you. I hired an attorney. I sold my forever home. There's something called legal insurance you should look at. The other day, Christina Mendoza was asking about that, and I looked it up. It's not LegalZoom. LegalZoom will help you to a certain point, and their premium plan is about $60. Their cheapest plan is $30 a month. What you need is a plan that will pay for legal attorneys, and they are out there. You just have to shop around. Allstate Insurance, I think, will do a legal insurance. You see, we have insurance for everything. We have insurance for pets. We have insurances for a house. If a flood, earthquake, or fire or wind does damage, we also have home appliance insurance. The washer, the dryer, the air conditioning gives out. We have life insurance. We have pet insurance. We have car insurance for damages from other vehicles. We also have car repair insurance for repair of your transmission or engine. But there is legal insurance. It's just hard to find. It's a niche that I'm surprised a lot of insurance companies haven't looked into. I'm surprised they haven't looked into it. Because you need a real attorney. A court-appointed attorney will not fight for you. You barely get through. Anyway, Faith says, and they pulled fraud. Well, I believe that. So I'm willing to engage that behavior. No, you don't want to engage in that behavior. That's wrong. Two wrongs don't make a right. Two wrongs don't make a right. If they committed fraud, don't you commit fraud. Taking money isn't going to bring back the damage done to your children. Yes, you can do a lawsuit. When your case is over, you can file a civil lawsuit against CPS for violating your constitutional or your civil rights, like to commit perjury while under oath in court. That happened to me in my case, but I could not afford to file a civil lawsuit. Sadly, anything you do that involves legal stuff requires money, requires time. If you get arrested for a criminal matter, you're going to want to definitely do a criminal trial, a trial by jury. Now, CPS doesn't do a trial by jury. They put all the emphasis into that one person, the judge, to make the decision of how your children should be disposed of. And that is hard. That is hard for you to accept that, but that's what they do. And today, 50% of the child protection systems are corrupt. 50%. Now, the banner I have in front of you is to be a guest on my live stream. There are 14 live streams I do a week. I come on Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. And on the weekends, I come on at 8 a.m. At nighttime, my show is the child of fighting CPS and stop taking our children. And it's on at 7 o'clock every night of the week, 7 days a week. So those are my 14 live streams. And when you send in your email with your name, phone number, and an email, you need to pick one of those times. You want to be on all 14? You can. I can take up to 6 of you at one time. 6 of you. And you can, I can take up to 9 of you. With me makes 10, and we'll be on live stream. Once you send me the email, it's right there on the screen. My email is Bob P, no period, Bob P at VincentWDavis.com. I'll forward it on to my show producer, who in turn will send you a link to get on my show. You just copy and paste and put it in your browser. And you'll be able to talk about your case, and we'll be able to help you work out what's been going on in your case. What's been going on in your case. Now, I know you want to take back the money, Faye, from Vancouver, but that won't resolve the issue. I appreciate the offer of faith, but I'm not an attorney. I'm a loving father, a loving man who has a lot of experience, but legally I couldn't represent you. Legally, I couldn't represent you. There's a lot of you that have that. And the best way to do it is to get yourself an attorney. Now, Faith further says, I've been taking their mail from their weird government building, and they receive pieces of mail that the name of the tax service is called corvée. That in French means involuntary servitude to the community for one day at a time. It's all stated they hired children with a check mark next to it. Okay, I read it. I read it. I have a picture of it. No, my secret stolen mail. I got featured on one of your guys' videos. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to that caused you problems, Faith. Now we were talking about being a guest. The rules are simple: respectful to one another. No foul language on here at all. No eating or smoking on the show. We do not use the children's names or judges' names or social workers' names. Furthermore, furthermore, that's all you have to do to be a guest. I look forward to meeting you. Now I want to put my phone number up. Now this is my phone number. That means you can call and talk to me for the next half an hour. It's 626-698-0990. That's my phone number. And it's my work number. It's direct line to me, and you be live on the show. And we can talk about your case. We can talk about your case. Uh, Faye, you stopped talking, so I don't know if I said something that offend you or what. But Faye has been talking from Vancouver, Washington. We have Lisa Bartley from Montana in here, um, who's listening, and you too. And we have Christina Reynoso in the background. We're up to 4 hearts now. We have Andrea Foxcus, Biana Sanda Torres, Christina Reynoso, and John Matthew. You four, thank you so much. I'm trying to work off questions, and Faye has talked about her corrupt CPS case in Vancouver, and she wants more time, more help. I can't give it. I can only give time that I'm in the room here, Faye. Now, if you want to call in, Faye, I'd love to have you call in at 626-698-0990, and we can talk about your case. The other number I have there, 888-888-6582, is the law office of Vincent W. Davis. Now, he is an attorney that can help you with your legal matter. You just call the office, speak to reception, tell them that I sent you. And when you speak to Mr. Davis, tell him I sent you. And he can be retained. Typically, he works out of Arcadia in the Los Angeles County of CPS. And his retainer is approximately $5,000. His hourly fee is $500. Those are approximate numbers. You need to talk to him to firm them up. I know that's a lot of money, but attorneys are. They range from anywhere from $200 to $1,000 an hour. You might find one less or more, whatever. And the retainers can run from 5,000 to 25,000 to start off with. Retainers to start off. They need that much money to get ahead. One thing nice about legal help is they're not emotional tied to the case. See, this is a problem. When you're emotional, you cannot be your own attorney. Even people that are in here that are attorneys can't defend their own case. It's too emotional. It's too emotional. So he can be retained. He can be hired. Also, when you call and talk to reception, they have guidebooks that you can purchase, or maybe there's some there for free. They also have listings of other live streams. There's a lot of information in that 888-888-6582 number. Now, Vincent's background is really simple. He's been fighting CPS for 40 years, so he has a lot of experience getting children back. He has fought in other states. not in every state, but in other states. He will go out of state to fight. He goes to Northern California and Southern California, and he is a fighter. He's also a trial attorney, which means he can do criminal matters. They have jury trials. So he's trained in the area of uh, juvenile law, family law, and dependency law. Those are the areas of CPS. Um, Now, I'm sitting here trying to help you out with a real attorney. Um, he also can do civil lawsuits. He's sued CPS and won millions of dollars, both in state court and federal court. Two ways you can go about suing him. And right now, he's defending several people that I've gotten in this room. 5 or 6 people that have got him, that have hired him. Now, I know you guys get discouraged. I too was discouraged. I found Vincent Davis by chance. My wife saw him on the internet, and I called him up, and he took on my case, but it was a lot of money. I did get my 2 boys back, but my daughter was another thing. We did not know how corrupt CPS is till watch the social worker manipulate. She was so bad. She had no high school education, no college education, and very little training in handling CPS matters. All she talked about was her bonus that she get from her supervisors to help her purchase her Gucci purse. She always talked about a new Gucci purse a week. She talked about her eyelashes, her makeup, her clothing, and her BMW car. I know firsthand how bad CPS is and how bad the workers are. And she committed perjury, and Vincent Davis caught her at it. And we have a legitimate right to sue her. But it would take me money to sue. I'd have to come up with a big retainer to sue somebody, and I just don't have any more. I sold my forever home. I had to quick sell it to get the money to hire my attorney. That was how I fought CPS. Do I regret it? In a way, I do. I also know some mistakes I made. I've developed 5 rules that will help you avoid the pitfalls that I did. Right away, I should have hired an attorney. I should have sold my home quickly and got that attorney on board. I should never have opened up my home to them unless they had a warrant. I should never let them in my home. I should never have talked to them. I should never have surrendered my children. Those are the mistakes that I made. Now, I did have some issues in the home. One issue was the trouble that me and my wife were having discussing things and talking about things. But we did not know that her father and mother, her 3 sisters, her brother, would call in once a week to complain about trivial things that were not true. Like we didn't feed our children, we didn't bathe our children, we didn't have clothing for them, we had no utilities turned on, We never took them to school. That was all disputed. And that went on from 2010 to 2015. So 5 years later, they got the help of the local police and they sent out a detective to track me, to find me, because I would not answer the door. In the beginning, I did. In the beginning, I showed them the home, but it's getting too ridiculous every week when they came with something that wasn't true and I had to prove it. Like I showed the receipts of paying the utilities. I showed the children's grade reports that they were getting A's and B's. One was in a private school, the other one was in a middle school, the other one was in a elementary school. And they're doing great. They're doing great. Um, yes, I can help you in Arizona. He can go to Arizona. My attorney does go to other states. All you have to do is call in to 888-888-6582 and get a quote from the office, and you'll come to Arizona. Welcome, Nikki. And what is your case about, Nikki? And where in Arizona are you? Where in Arizona are you? Now we got another love again from Nikki. Thank you, Nikki, Andrea, Bianca, Christina, and John. Thank you for the hearts. Now, I don't know what your case is about, Nikki, in Arizona, but I'd love to help you. You can call in to my number at 626-698-0990 or call the office and hire Mr. Davis at 888-888-6582. 6582. I think my eye is getting better. I think my eye is getting better. I had injured my eye the other day and I had to get medical help, and I found out how good your health insurance is. You know, I'm lucky to have it, but it's, boy, you learn a lot about it. You learn a lot about it. By the way, you need to get your health insurance reviewed and in place before December 7th. That date is important for a lot of things, too. I think December 5th is the deadline to get your SR7 in for Social Security help. No, social service help. Social service help for food and your medical. Certainly, Faye has stopped talking. I hope you're okay, Faye. I hope I didn't offend you in any way I said. Now, my show ends in approximately 5 minutes. It ends at 9 o'clock in this morning, and then it won't be on until tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, I know a lot of you would love real answers about fighting CPS. All I can do Uh, we have a new person here, which I don't understand their name. Um, I this is a child protection system matter. If this is about that, then I'll talk to you. Tag fan 3. Um, it's a blizzard in Chicago. Oh boy, I imagine it probably is. Andrea, she's from Illinois. Thank you for dropping in. We're getting close to the end of my live stream. It's now 9 o'clock, and I've been talking, and we've had Faith Hudson from Vancouver talk. It was nice to hear from you, and it's good to meet you, Nikki from Arizona. Tag fan 3, I have no idea what your CPS matter. I need your name and where you're located. All right? Welcome, Tag fan 3. And it's good to see you again, Andrea from Illinois. It's good to talk to you, and I'm glad you dropped in. We're at closing time because you just said 8:59. And Faith from Vancouver, thank you for expressing a lot of things you have going on. I still don't know what you're accused of. And Bartley, I'm so glad to see you here. And you're a beautiful person, and I hope you have your visitation with your son again. And Christina, thank you for working behind the scenes and the hard work you do on everybody's synopsis. That's a tremendous amount of work. Now I'm taking my phone number down because no one's been calling, and I'm going to put in the Department of Government Efficiency. That is a federal entity that will help you if you can't resolve your issue with CPS at the county level or at the state level, the state capital. Now, at the county level, you're supposed to fight it with your supervisor or your manager or the director. And they're supposed to help you. There's also an ombudsperson, too, that you can contact. But sometimes I don't trust the ombudsperson or the CASA worker because they're listening ears for CPS. And at the state level, you go to the state bar about an attorney or judge problem, or you want to make a complaint against the CPS at the county level, you talk to the civil rights coordinator. But if it doesn't work out there, then you go to the federal government and you go to the Department of Doge. It's a government entity that is supposed to investigate all the complaints and stuff about our government entities. It is investigating social services, and the child protection system is a part of social services. So they are being investigated. I know for a fact in Orange County that they are, Orange County, California. So there's a web page. Look at it. They have two phone numbers. They're working phone numbers. 202 is the White House. And then they have an email that you can send your email to doge@mail.house.gov. So do that. And I'm going to be on again tonight at 7 p.m. I'll be finishing right after my Thanksgiving meal with my family tonight at 6 o'clock. And so the show's at 7 o'clock tonight. That's Pacific Standard Time. And good morning, Christina. Thank you for coming on this morning. And thank you, Lisa. I'm glad to hear from you. I have mixed feelings today, but I want you all to keep fighting for your kids. Don't give up. Don't give up. And Desire, if you're out there, please don't give up. Keep fighting. Um, it's a hard thing. I know it's out there, and I care for every one of you. There'll be a short video at the conclusion of my ending. Please watch it. And again, God bless you and have a beautiful day. See you tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges, another kid's innocence corrupted. And if you go against it, it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the
last ones left. Put your faith in